Are we on?
We're on. This is Catamaran. We're doing Catamaran.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the... Can we just start now? If it's easier, we can stop and start. Will you be able to edit from this exact moment?
Right now.
Pow! Welcome to this episode of the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. It's a special video episode. Because the YouTube is monetized, as has been discussed previously.
Woohoo!
It's also an episode that I'm finally filming in advance. The previous episode that you may have heard last week, I recorded last night in bed with my wife. And it was so nice having someone with me for the whole episode that I'm now coming it down because someone actually wrote to me just now and I just read it what they said. We liked how calm and restrained you were on the podcast. So I'm incorporating that now as I sit in this very Malcolm Turnbull-esque fashion.
I'm sorry I'm not your wife, James, and we're not in bed together.
I'm sorry too. It's Pride Month. Ain't too proud to beg. Hey, does anyone know when Shame Week happens? Looking forward to Shame Week.
That's every week for me.
Shame strong. It's a joke that I've stolen from someone who wouldn't appreciate that. Let's start again. Hello and welcome to this episode of the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan, a special video episode. I always have to start a couple times. Let's stop the recording and I start again and I'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to go. Yep. And really go ham with it. Please, Sam. Enjoy it. Are we ready?
Do weird shit.
Let's stop it. And we're starting? Starting now. Hey, I'm James Donald Forbes McCann, and this is the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. I'm joined here by my friend Jack.
Hello.
And we're here on the set of a podcast that will be coming in the future, a new, different, distinct podcast called The Catacast.
Has nothing to do with the Catamaran Plan.
Not a thing. It is hard in our personal messages between Sam and I. Sam, do you have a microphone? Do you want to jump on? Yeah, you should probably be on the Catamaran too.
Yeah, get Sam on the Catamaran Plan.
Let's start once you're on.
I missed the
cool
cool microphones. Yeah, I thought they were very cool. I hate these microphones.
Really? I love them.
No, I like those ones. I felt more Joe Rogan-y.
Jamie, pull that up. Pull that up, Jamie.
Jamie, pull that up.
I can't live.
It's the dismissive way that he asked Jamie to do everything that I love. Jamie, pull it up.
See, oh my God, am I in? See, I don't mind that kind of way because, things just need to be done. I don't expect any kind of
Sam, sit
tickle
down.
on the bum.
Sam, stop talking. Sam,
check,
you're boring
check.
everybody.
1, 2, here we go.
No tickles on the bum.
No tickles on the bum.
Hey, welcome to this episode of the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan.
We're recording?
Zah.
Or Planza. All right, I'm going to start now.
Are we recording?
That would be a good start to the podcast if it's just me repeatedly saying, we'll start now. All right, no, we'll start now. Start now.
Doesn't red mean we're not recording?
Red means we are recording.
Oh, shit, sorry.
That's all right. Hey, welcome to this episode of the This one? Hey, welcome to this episode of the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan, the final episode before the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan Extravaganza, which is coming up this Friday. Tickets potentially still on sale. I don't know. We're recording this ahead of time. Presume that they are on sale and that you can buy them and must do so swiftly. But to give myself time this week to actually work on the show and get it all done, and there's a lot to get done, and a couple of curveballs have come my way. I'm joined today by two guests. One of them is visual, and one you can tell by his craftsmanship. Yes. Jack Blanche.
Hey!
Close friend Jack Blanche and Sam Clark.
Hello.
And we are on the set of another podcast that we're working on, the Catacast.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with this. We're going through the catechism. That'll be out soon. That has nothing to do with the Catamaran Plan.
I want nothing to do with the Catamaran Plan. Absolutely nothing.
You're a repeat guest, so hard cheese. My mind turns. I don't want to bore people. I've been talking about the big show on Friday a lot, right? It's great if you can come, but at some point it will already have happened and people will be tearing through this. So it's time also to turn to things that will be coming after that show.
What's coming after that show, Jimmy? Can you please tell me? And the good seamen and sea women of the Catamaran Plan.
Yes, and I thank you all for having joined me thus far. Now, first thing I will say, this is a video podcast. I'm going to try and have more video podcasts in the future to generate more money for the podcast and the boat. because at the moment I'm not getting any money from the audio version of the podcast. Ads play before and after. There should be money. I don't know what's going on.
Have you considered taking your shirt off and going on OnlyFans? I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
And quickly dispensed with the notion.
All right.
Because I don't want to give away too much of what's coming up later on in the chat. But I think there might be something hopefully coming up in my future that makes me a little more pleasing with my shirt off.
Oh, hello.
Can you say as many as 50 days on an island eating beans and rice?
Whoa!
I'm trying to get on Australian Survivor. Okay. What's coming up this year? Here's an epiphany I had that I've been holding on to because I've been talking about this upcoming live show.
Sure.
Tickets on sale now. James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan Extravaganza. March 10. The epiphany was maybe the problem is not with the plans. Like, I don't have enough money. I'll have more money now that the Catamaran Plan Extravaganza has happened. Is going to happen. I don't know when this is coming up. After the show on March 10, I'll have several $1,000s, ideally, to play with.
Yeah.
God willing.
Scrooge McDuck diving into a big vault of cash.
As many as $2,000.
Yeah.
Plus, with other money, I think, like, if it goes really, really well, I'll have $5,000. If it goes really, really badly, I'll have $3,000.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, how do I multiply that money? We're making $250 a month on Patreon at the moment. That money goes directly to Sam Clark. Sam Clark, hello.
Hello.
Who makes the video content for me.
So good.
Now, that video content is now monetized, which is why this is being on video. Wow, glorious Technicolor. You can continue listening to the podcast in the audio format. Nothing will happen visually that will disqualify you from understanding what's going on. But so what am I going to do? I thought, do I need to come up with new and exciting plans, right? Because maybe the other plans weren't good enough.
They weren't, James. You need to come up with new and exciting plans.
But then I realized, no, the old plans were excellent. The problem was...
I take it all back.
The problem was with me. What are the plans I did last time? I did an art auction.
Oh, that was so fun.
I wrote a book.
I read the book. It was great.
You read the book?
You sent me the book several times. I read several editions of the book.
Well, that's the other book that's going to come out. But I didn't release that book. I released the book of poems.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one you're talking about?
No, it wasn't. It was your book of essays.
Right, so I've got a book of essays ready to go. This is what I'm going to sort of get to. So I had the book of poems come out.
I didn't read your book of poems.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah,
I
essays were
know.
better.
You make
I
a
read
point
the book of
about it.
poems.
Thoughts?
I did it. Well, I did a telethon where
You did do a
I
telethon.
it was just a little bit of a tester for the quality and training purposes videos that we do now. That was
Yeah.
the first one, and I just sort of cold called everyone on my list.
That is how it started.
And I had these poems ready. Let's see if I've got one here. No, that is Millionaire. And so
But that's another important point is, so the book, the art auction, we started making videos to try and monetize the YouTube. We made the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire videos. We did videos about the poetry. We did quality and training purposes. We've done all these things to try and grow, and it's worked. The YouTube channel now makes money. How much money? As many as 30 US cents a day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, about 500 years' time.
You'll be very rich.
Something will have happened. I think these plans and these money-making ideas are actually good. The problem is with me. I haven't been a good enough, strong enough, sophisticated enough person
Definitely.
to parlay that into success. I spent a lot of money on a trip to the US, which gained huge numbers of fans. Something like the majority of people who now watch this YouTube channel are in America.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Hi, America.
Hello, America! There are Canadian fans, Brazilian fans, almost no one in the UK. I'm working on that.
Yep.
Another thing I did to try and make money was I did shows for the Catamaran Plan. I'm doing a big one now. So, like, actually, the first eternal recurrence is what I'm calling it. I'm eternally recurring. This year is my thought, right? Eternal recurrence, this Nietzschean idea that your life will keep happening. You're locked in your life. It's like, fine. If that is the case, how do we do it the best way possible? I did some small shows in a basement last year. You know what I'm doing this year?
Big shows.
600-person theatre. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I released a small book of poems that I wrote over the course.
Big book of poems.
Well, I was actually thinking of a book of essays that I've worked really hard on.
The essays were great. Yeah.
So I'll have that come out.
Yeah.
I self-published the last one. Maybe I can find a publisher for this one. If I can't, fine. But maybe we actually have a marketing spend. I made videos with Sam. Let's make more, better, bigger
we got to
videos.
keep going.
Feature films.
I'm enjoying
going.
it.
Feature films.
We're loving it. Take it to the next level. Art auction.
Art auction. A bigger art auction.
Bigger, better art auction. Touring. I tour more, different, more varied places.
What about a touring art auction?
I'm open to pushing ideas together. All right? But I'm not saying we don't have any new plans, but my thought is, can I look at what I did last time around and make it better and use that to make money for the catamaran plan?
Yes, I think you can, James.
So to start with the art auction.
Yeah.
At the art auction previously, I started really, I think I had the venue very early on and I had the date very early on.
Yeah.
And then I just scrambled to get as much art as I could by that date.
So now you're going to try and get
people.
the art first.
I think that was a mistake. Art first, get the good artist, and I'd work on that. I can't talk about that right now. But we're going to take a lot of the artists from last time. I have got...
Irons in the fire.
There is one of the hottest irons in the fire that I've ever... I go, whoo, too hot. Too hot. I don't deserve to have an iron this hot in this fire.
Look, my sister doesn't listen to this podcast, but I'm not sure if she's that famous.
The important thing... No, well, your sister, I hope...
She'll give you a photo. Yeah.
Please.
She's a relatively famous photographer.
Please.
She's a very famous photographer. Yeah.
Thinking about it in a more systems-oriented way. The value is the artists. So let's get the best artists we can.
Yeah.
Then, using the artists, get the best venue we can.
Yeah.
And the date is then set by when the best venue will have us.
Nice. I like that.
I think that's the process.
Yeah. That's killer.
I have a great team working the art auction. Paul and Kieran, spontaneously, Kieran, we did the last art auction. He left for Sydney. He's come back with his misso. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back.
Da-da-da-da-ba-da. I listened to that a lot with your girlfriend today.
How good is that song?
It's a great song.
Spread the word around.
Jack's girlfriend, Margot, is helping me get ready for the show. March 10.
Personal assistant of James McCann. Did
she mention that?
To me, yeah.
I introduced her to someone jokingly today as my personal assistant. And I could tell it rankled.
I'm going to call her
that
all the time
she said, just as we were walking away, she was like, personal assistant.
I'm going to enjoy giving her a big hug and being like, I'm so lucky to hug the close personal assistant of James McCann.
I should be...
I'll hug you instead. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, another one of the things, actually, was staffing. Because Sam was the first hire of the pod. And I say hire loosely because we are not governed by traditional employment norms.
Feudal contracts. Yeah. Sam works the land. Yeah.
That's right. I have the law of the... Is it the law of the Duke? I get right...
Prima nocta.
Yes,
I know my duties.
Thank you! And... but I think having a bigger team and more people, and having Margot now, and Margot's so good to work with. I know she has to do other stuff, and she's not going to be a permanent hire.
I hope that's not true. I hope that that you fly so high that
I should be so lucky that she would be my PA properly forever. And there are other people that I'd like to bring on to the. There's I've got two ladies in Melbourne who are in their respective fields, some of the brightest, sharpest, most interesting people I've ever met. And they're fans of the podcast. One of them's a Patreon, and I'd like them to help in various ways as well.
But James, I just have one question.
Yeah.
When do I become part of the entourage? What stage is that? Is that
I've seen the way you treat people you work with in your white collar job, and I don't think we should talk about it.
It's totally fair.
You treat it like a Game of Thrones.
I would try and kill you and take your spot. That's very true.
No doubt. And you're very good at it too. Do you want to edit any of that conversation out?
No.
Okay, great.
I do not.
Hiring different and more people, right? Sam needs assistance.
Oh!
Still here. I mean, we've spoken about getting you a best boy.
Yeah, I'd love a best boy. At this point, I'd just like someone to edit for me.
Yep.
Is that, like... I always saw that as such an essential part of what I do.
No more.
And now I could not be more stressed.
Because we've grown and we've developed, right?
Yeah,
And it's just the work backs up. So it's like, all right, if the thing that's going to help us make more money and more videos faster and better is you have more time for other things, and
you need a
have
first
best
AD,
boy who
man.
does your first AD.
True.
Yeah,
it's true.
Let's find that person, cast the net. We might have to audition people, look for the role. Someone who's going to take, who's going to enjoy the experience more than the recompense. An intern. Can we get an intern to help with the editing?
And other stuff too. Like Jack was incredible. I should say that Jack came out with us when we shot our recent skit. I don't know how much you want to go into that.
No,
But
we have a skit coming out soon.
Jack was an incredible director. I would say we put you in a director assistant role.
Thank you, Sam, because I don't think I was ever going to be mentioned that I helped out with that. If you hadn't mentioned
you
it.
did
It's not
really
out yet.
well.
It's not out yet. And more editing remains to be done. Well, another person is my neighbour Paul, who when we did the Christmas special together, so nice, all the boys coming together to get that done.
Paul's
The Christmas
Paul's a guru. I actually really look up to Paul. Like, I really want to
Team.
work with Paul more.
Team, crew. It's about building a crew. The Christmas special, we've got to obviously do another Christmas special. And it's got to be bigger and better than the last Christmas
I
special.
want there to be like cutaways, like what do people think about Christmas in the, in the street? And there's like little packages that we run through it.
Christmas?
Never heard of it.
Oh, the newer.
That's
All those things. This is the vague point I'm making is can we... I'm on a new level. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Take the idea. Stop trying to... I always am like, can I just do something new? Is novelty...
That's true. That's always your weakness point.
I'm always like,
Yeah.
new. I don't work on my material. So it's like, I released some stand-up comedy videos over the last year. And as with all the stand-up comedy videos I've put out on YouTube, it's the first time I'm doing that stand-up comedy.
And the last is the other.
Often the last time because I forget how it goes and I get bored by it. So it's like, all right, maybe this year I'm working on
James, there's been a criticism of
a
mine
1 hour
for
comedy
years.
special, like a really organized, good 1 hour comedy.
Because you've got great bits that I've seen you do, and you'll do them in a video, and then you'll never do them again. And you hate going back to the well. You just go, I describe this to other people. You think like you've achieved it. You've arrived.
It's done.
You've
It's
done the
finished.
perfect
Said it.
form.
It's done. It's
I will
finished.
never do that joke ever again. And it's like, but that's the thing as the comedian you should keep doing. Because that's what is going to make you the money.
Usually when a non-comedian gives you comedy advice, it's shitty. That is also the advice that every other comedian gives. Not one person in comedy has ever said to me, James, your system of writing 30 minutes of material, shooting it on stage,
And then
taking the best
never
10
doing
minutes,
it again.
publishing it, and never doing any of it again, or even working through the 20 minutes that you didn't include in the video, is a good system that you should keep doing. Not a single one.
I'm a big fan of this decision that you've come to, of your idea to eternally recur back to last year and to do this stuff bigger and better.
I don't know how many years it's going to take me of recurring to be the sort of man who can do these things properly. I mean, the material and all of it's different, right? Like, okay, we've got to release stand-up again. It's different stand-up, released in a different way.
Different art.
I'd like to have another book come out. Different art come out. Different art auction.
Yeah.
Different things in the Christmas special. Different videos coming out. Different people on the team. So it's all new stuff. It's new podcasts coming out. But I think the principle behind all those things and the animating animus, the animating principle is good. So I just wanted to share that and get that out. That is the future.
I just have one idea, James.
Yeah.
Which I think could be easily folded into this.
Okay.
Once a year, in December,
Yep.
Kieran comes, takes a bunch of photos of you. Shirt off, shirt on. I don't care.
Okay.
January, February, March.
You want a calendar?
I want a James sort of once we can.
James
Catamaran plan calendar.
Not opposed to the notion.
We could do even like a July to December one, I think. Christmas in July calendar.
How about I do financial year calendars?
Financial year calendars. That's even sexier.
Because no one's bringing them out. We corner the
No,
market.
oh, yeah.
We corner the
100%.
market on the 2023 to 2024 calendar.
It's you in April with your like shirt off saying, remember to do your taxes soon.
I'm not opposed to it. Because I like the new ideas as well. I want to, like, part of the recurrence has to be that last year I was coming up with new ideas and doing them as well. So it's like, as well as those old ideas that I'm doing better.
You're doing new ideas.
Yeah, when a new idea comes,
You're doing
and you
new
chase
ideas
that
badly.
dopamine,
Yeah.
I'm doing a new idea. I'm hopefully executing my new ideas better, that the execution improves. So things like, I'm currently at work on an album of covers by women artists. I'm calling it Cover Up, and the cover will be me in a hijab. But I'm also working on this new Susan Boyle EDM album.
You told me about that, and that sounds fucking great. To be honest.
Subu Nu.
Yeah,
It's like Subaru, but
Yeah.
it's Subu Nu.
yeah.
And it's the gift. And I've actually come. I
I was thinking about that today, where I was like,
calling it
I want to listen to those songs.
Oh man, I've got some ready to go for
Yeah.
you. Not right now. Her second album is called The Gift. I was going to call it An Even Better Gift. But my friend Sam McDonough gave me a better title, I think.
Yeah.
The Gift That Keeps On Giving.
Sam McDonough is correct. Yeah.
He seldom wrong, and when he is wrong, it takes a long time arguing with him to get it out because of his lawyerly tricks. Seeking legal advice from Sam is something I'm planning on continuing to do. He has been rock solid on legal advice.
Definitely a good idea. Yeah. He's a smart man.
So what else can I do to elevate? Example, a book. I'm seriously trying to chase a book deal.
Yeah.
I don't want to self-publish it if I don't have to. I will if I have to, and I can do it differently, but I'd really like someone to publish my book. And the book's written. It's currently called Subterranean Ear Luxury, and it's 40,000 words of mostly completed essays.
I thought the essays were great, but I've always disagreed with the title. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry to be the black cat.
No, once again, much like the comedy advice, I'm yet to speak to a single person who goes
An Eternal
Subterranean Ear Luxury.
Recurrence?
That's a fucking great title. Thank you very much for having it.
Great essays that you'll love by James Donforce McCann. Like, what's wrong with that?
It doesn't do anything for me. That's what's wrong with it. Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, it's got a bit,
Subterranean Ear Luxury.
it's that Jack Kerouac kind of thing. Is that right? Subterranean something is the play on that or no?
No.
It's not. Don't ask him. But Jimmy, so last year you did the poetry book, great poems that everybody will love.
Yeah.
Let's say this year do great essays that everybody will love. Then next year you can do another book, and it could be great short stories that everybody will love. And then year after that,
but what about
long
the
form
theme?
novels that everyone
James
will
has
love.
got a theme going, right? So he's got the great X that everyone will love. But
Yeah.
before that, you partnered a old actor with a fake terrorist attack. So
Help me understand what.
can we do
I see what you mean. Marlon Brando 9/11.
can we do
that's
Gra-
fake joke.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Grace
yeah.
Kelly Boston
no.
Marathon. Can we do that? Can we do?
How about a little Cary Grant vaccine? I mean,
Yeah.
goodness gracious, man.
Yeah.
Cary Grant, Wuhan Lab.
There is another book of poems that's almost done, which the current working title, as a play on Marlon Brando 9/11.
Okay,
is-
poems that everyone will think are okay.
I was just going to go further.
Yeah.
And I was going to call it niche poems with limited appeal, but my wife just started casually referring to it around the house as horrible poems people hate.
I actually like the niche poems that
With
with
limited
limited
appeal.
appeal.
Yeah.
I think that is funny.
It
I would
was
be
called
more
My
inclined to
Monkey
read
and I
that
Have
book.
Got Something to Hide. Niche poems with limited appeal.
I actually am a big fan of that poem.
Yeah.
And that's
But you
probably...
don't think that's the title poem?
No, I think that is the title poem. Yeah, I think that's a great poem that your wife incorrectly told you not to publish. Yeah.
Well, she hadn't heard Everybody's Got Something to Hide except for Me and My Monkey.
Yeah.
And she just thought it was sort of a vulgar poem about fucking a monkey.
It's a great poem.
Sorry.
I mean, it is a vulgar poem about fucking a monkey. But...
My monkey and I have got something to hide, but I will never tell you what it is. I forget how it goes off the top of my head. It's one of the few that I've actually paid attention to rhyme and verse.
Sam, what time stamp are we at, mate?
We're on we'd be at just 20.
All right. Well,
I
that's
imagine.
we don't need a huge amount more than that. I haven't read. Have I read the monkey poem on the podcast?
I don't
I haven't
really
heard
listen
it.
to
I
the
haven't heard
podcast. I just pay you to listen to the podcast and then don't do it.
And if we could have
Many
a
such
few
cases.
more unexpected patrons like Jack, I'd be.
You'd be well on your way to financial stability. No, read the poem.
Hello?
Read the poem. I
All right,
want to
do
read the
you I'll
poem.
go and get my phone. Hold on. My monkey and I have something to hide. A poem by James Donald Forbes McCann, coming out now in an eponymous book. My monkey and I have something to hide. I'm sorry, but I can't reveal what it is. If I told you what Monkey and I have been doing, the police would take me away from my kids. And I doubt that I'd get to see Monkey again. So if I am to avoid imprisonment successfully, my unquestionably actionable monkey activity must be undertaken entirely clandestinely. Unquestionably actionable monkey activity is also a good name for a book of poems.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They say everybody's got something to hide. Monkey and I do not doubt that that's true. But there's simply no way that the thing that you're hiding is as necessary to hide as the thing Monkey and I do. I imagine one day you'll all be more enlightened and we can live openly, free from your shame. But until such a time, which might never come, my simian proclivity dare not speak its name. Glad to have killed it in the room. If I'm stern, it's because I've stopped drinking. I'm on several days into Lent of not drinking, and that is probably another thing that has to continue for self-betterment. Here's a couple more things that have to happen to make these plans work.
Sure.
The drinking, I'm less happy, but I'm better when it's gone. I'm not going to stop drinking entirely, but we might just have to limit it to Sundays and a couple other days of the week.
Days ending in Y. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
Yep.
I think even if I just went weekends, I'd be okay.
Friday to Sunday. Yeah.
Well, Friday's a penitential day, so I was actually thinking if I was to take 2 days off, I'd just go Wednesday, Friday.
Totally fine.
I'll figure something out, but I have to have until I get my boat, Bob Hawke style, I have to have some pretty firm rules around the drinking. Exercise is another one. I'm loving riding my bicycle. I ride up Norton Summit. I have to exercise a lot.
What else are you doing? What else self-bettering?
Keeping the Sabbath holy and spending that time with my family.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. That's important for me. I mean, it sounds horrible, but to be productive and to not get weighed down, I need to really fulfill the part of me that needs to be quenched with family love. I need to get enough family love so that I can do the stuff that I need to do for
What
my
else,
family.
James? What else? Keep them coming.
Do you think there's anything else I need to publicly discuss?
No, I don't. Can we quickly do affirmations?
Do you want to have some affirmations?
I want to do some affirmations.
All right.
James.
Affirmation! That's coming back. Okay, we've got to bring the affirmations back. Affirmation! Yes?
James, you're doing great. Everything you're doing is great. The catamaran plan's going great. Your show is going to be great this Friday at the Regency Theatre.
Don't go to the Regency Theatre.
Don't go to the Regency Theatre. Whatever you do.
It's the Royalty Theatre.
It's the Royalty. I knew it
March
was something.
10, Royalty Theatre. Tickets on sale now. Thank you.
I know that show's going to be great. Sam, you're doing a great
It's
job.
gonna be a great show. Sam, you're so great. We're going to figure out how we're going to shoot that this week if you want to come on down to the Royalty Theatre.
No, we'll...
I think Aziz Ansari style, the Post Me Too special where the camera's on stage and we'll get a spotlight and you can hide in the dark as something cool. We'll find a cool way
I
to
haven't
do
seen
it.
it. I'll have to check that out.
That's
cool.
It's really great.
All right.
Affirmation.
Affirmations. I don't know. I don't have other affirmations. That's
Affirmation. I love you boys. I love this crew. I'm feeling much better. And I think the Crowies are going to have a great year. That's another thing. I think the Crowies are going to have a great year.
Who cares?
All right, you don't have to, but that's
affirmations. Patrick Dangerfield is the captain of Geelong. Yeah, baby.
Can I affirm? Because
Yeah.
this is something that I think we did stumble upon in our communications this
Sorry,
week.
I love the over-the-shoulder thing that you're getting a little bit. Can you do that even more? No, go back to the other camera, but lean more into the camera as you're talking.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll come over here and you pop your head out. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, well, so I feel like we really
It looks cool, man.
we landed on a heuristic, and I think it's important to remind ourselves that every time that we do something, we put the energy and effort into it. We are closing the gap between how we intend something to be and what it's going to be, and what is the end result. And that's sometimes those are disappointing for us because our vision in our minds is so bright and perfect, and then what comes out in the edit, whatever. But we are going to keep closing that gap. That's
Hashtag close the gap.
Close the gap.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop there. That's long enough. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. Don't forget to hit that Patreon. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Whoop, 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 whoop. And Sam, thank you for doing this.
That's no issue. I'm picking my moment to say Zah again. I'm just waiting to say Zah.
James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan Extravaganza.
Zah.
I hope it's going to be a good show. We're working on the merch at the moment. I bought these candles today. All right, here's
a candle.
No, I brought 8. I got 8 in the candle. So I bought candles like this. I got 8. And so I was like, I'll buy... There's $7 a candle. There's a bit in the show that I won't fully spoil, but it involves a lot of candles. And I was speaking to your girlfriend, Margot, who's going to be helping me with the candles. And I was like, can we just draw on them and sell them as merch? Just draw on the front. And she's like, we could have... jacket candles. We could have jackets on the candle, right? So it's non-toxic and it doesn't burn and people can replace them. I'm like, Margot, great idea. I go for a nap. She talks to my wife for an hour. I get up and she's like, what we've decided to do is take all the candles, melt them down, pour them into jars, have new wicks, and then paint the outside of the jars like those Mexican saint candles. I'm like, I'm so great you're enthusiastic about it. Do I have to do any work for that? She's like, no, I'll just do it. Okay. Thank you. Sounds great. So good to have her on the team. We might have some really cool candles coming up.
Don't break up with her anytime soon, is what you're telling me. Margo, if you're listening.
No.
Wasn't on the
Look,
cards.
if you break up, I'm sure we can stumble on Fleetwood Mac ABBA style.
I know. I get the feeling who will be out on that friendship circle. So it will be me.
Can't leave. Living is without you. Hey, I love you. I miss you. I want you. I need you. Catamaran Ho. Catacast coming soon. Much love. Much respect. I'm done. Thank you all for it. Thank you.